Welcome to the other side. If you have been following along our previous sections, you must be very excited to get started developing Android apps. Yes, you made it. In this video, we will learn how to create our first project in Android Studio. And also we'll run our first Android app. Alright, let's get started. Android Studio is an integrated development environment, an IDE. All the tools that help us developers to build great applications. So in our integrated development environment, IDE, Android Studio in our case, we'll write our code, we'll test it, we'll be able to debug, find errors, and then preview those apps that we're building on emulators so we can actually see, and then be able to publish our apps. And Android Studio is the best IDE for us to use when creating Android apps because Google was the one that actually went out and built this IDE for us. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open our Android Studio, starting here. So take a little while to boot up. Alright, and then we have this screen here. It says recent projects because I have just a few projects here, but you probably won't have any here. That's fine. Let's go ahead and say start a new project, and you have this beautiful interface here. Let's name our project Welcome Android, and we're gonna go ahead and change this name here to Welcome Android, and make sure we have still following the same pattern here, reverse domain name. And this is where the project is gonna live. You can change the location if you wish so. Go next, and we're gonna go ahead and get our ice cream sandwich API. What this means is we want to build this app against the software development kit, or API 14, which is ice cream sandwich, and make sure you have the phone and tablet checked here. So what SDK means is Software Development Kit. Essentially just a version of Android. Alright, so make sure you have 4.0. You can check whatever you want, but in this case just go for 4.0. Go next. And here you have activities, which are essentially just screens. We want just a blank screen to begin with, so make sure you have that blank screen checked there. Go next, and we're going to leave everything the way it is here and go finish. And Android Studio is going to go ahead and create us a brand new project that we can start working on. And it may take a little while because there's a lot of things to do, but just be patient and it should be done pretty soon. As you can see, we have our Android project and everything here. Don't worry, I know there's a lot of things here to learn, and it can be a little bit overwhelming, but do not worry. Now, there's a problem here, and I made sure to leave this way so that I can explain to you what's going on. It says here Gradle project sync failed, so we have some issues here, and as you can see, we have problems rendering our emulator here. So that's a problem. It says here at the bottom that the SDK version we have checked, which is 21, requires JDK 7, and we don't have, at least on my machine, I only have JDK 6. If you get this problem, what you have to do is go to Google and then go and find and say download JDK 7 Mac. Then you will find here this first link that says SE Development Kit 7. And if you scroll down, let's go to Java SE Development Kit 7U72. This is one we want. Make sure you accept this one here and go find Mac, which is this one here. Make sure if you're on Windows, obviously go and get the appropriate one. Could be Windows x86 or x64, but we are on a Mac. And click on that one. It may take a little while because it's such a big file, so wait for it and then we will install. Let's now double click to install. Okay, now it's getting ready to install. There it is. So Double click that. Okay, continue, 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 install. And of course, it's going to ask us for password, install software, and it is installing. Again, this may take a little while, so go ahead and get a cup of coffee or tea while it does its work. Okay, so it has installed. We'll close. You can get rid of this. So to check and see if our Java 7 1.7 is installed, just open up your terminal, and inside there just type Java -version and enter, and you should see it's saying Java versions 1.7.0_72. So that means it installed correctly. Now let's open up our Android Studio, and at the bottom here let's go to Open Settings here, click on that, and it will give us this, what we have here. Click in here. So what we want to do, we want to go ahead and find the path where our new 1.7 Java Development Kit JDK is installed. And the new Java, by default, it installs itself not under the system. It goes actually under the library. And find, in our root here, we'll find library, click on that, and we're going to go and find Java. So you should see here, click inside. We're going to go to Java Virtual Machines. We're going to go to Contents. Actually, SDK, and then inside of that, we're going to go to Contents. And inside of Contents, we're going to go to Home. But that's the path we need. Click OK. And we have updated here. Very nice. Click OK here. And once all of that is done, you will see here, you will have this to ask you to reload your app. Say yes. And now it's going to go ahead and reload your app. And there it is. Now it has reloaded our app, and it's initializing rendering library and so forth. And voila, we've got a place where we can actually take a look and see how our app would look in on a phone, a test phone. But if you look at here where it says 21, it has this Android icon. If you click on that, it will give you different APIs or different Android versions that you can use. Let's go ahead and use the 4.0. So it's rendering here, takes a little bit. Wonderful. So there it is. Okay, so I do understand that, you know, the first time you look at this, it's just like, whoa, what is this? There's a lot of things going on here. But don't worry, we will go through it and dissect our IDE with in more detail. So don't worry about that. The most important thing here is that we get you to the point where you can see everything working and nothing is breaking. Now let's go ahead and actually run this app. I have installed the Genymotion here, and you should also have installed it. So let's click on that icon at the top, which will start our emulator. And let's go and choose one. I'm going to choose this one here and start. It says starting device. It'll take a little while. Alright, so as you can see here, it started. Now let's unlock it. And there it is. Wonderful. Now let's run our application. Let's get rid of this. Alright, now let's go ahead and run our application. So click it here, App, and Run. This little button here, green here. If you bring this to front here, we should see in a few moments. First time, it'll take a little while. And here we are. It's saying choose a device, and as you can see, the Samsung Galaxy emulator is chosen. Let's say OK. Bring this back here and wait for it. Yay! Welcome Android. There it is, your first Android app. Wonderful. Congratulations. Welcome to Android. I'll see you in the next video.